Hello everyone, this is Navanita. Now we are going to study the topic from gravitation, chapter 5. Now look at here. In activity 1, we learn that uniform circular motion. So there we learn that when the object is an uniform circular motion, there the magnitude of the velocity does not change, but the direction of the velocity is changed. Now here we have to take a piece of thread and tie a small stone at one end. We have to take a piece of thread and we have to tie a small stone at one end. Hold the other end with, so here hold the other end of the thread and rotate it as shown in this figure. So what is the direction of motion of the stone? Now release the thread and observe the direction of motion of the stone. Now in this case, what is the direction of motion of the stone? In before case, we hold the other end of the stone and we rotate it. And in the second case, release the thread and we observe the direction of the motion of the stone. So in the two cases, what is the direction of the motion of the stone? In the first case, that means before the thread is released, the stone moves in a circular path with a certain speed, right? Here, the stone moves in a circular path with a certain speed. When the thread is released, the stone moves in a linear path. That means linear motion. So this shows that the original direction of velocity of stone is linear. Yes, the original direction of velocity of stone is linear, and while in circular motion, the direction of velocity and acceleration always changes. Thus, the stone remains in circular motion. Yes, here the direction of velocity and acceleration always changes. Thus, the stone remains in circular motion. So, it is clear that the change in direction of velocity, the change in direction of velocity makes an object to move in circular motion. The change in direction of velocity makes an object to move in circular motion. This change is caused by an external force. This change is caused by an external force. So where from the stone gets this force? So what will be the direction of that force? Now let us see. The force that causes this change in velocity keeps the stone moving along the circular path towards the center. Yes, here the external force that causes this change in velocity keeps the stone moving along the circular path is acting towards the center. So this force is called centripetal force. So in the absence of this force, that means when the thread is released, the stone flies off along a straight line. So this line is a tangent to the circular path. Okay, the stone flies off along a straight line. This line is a tangent to the circular path. So now, tangent to a circular path. Here, the straight line, here the point from A to C. Right? So this straight line which meets the circle at one and only one point. The straight line which meets the circle at one and only one point is called the tangent to the circle at that point. So this is a point, circle, tangent to the circle at that point. So the point is called tangential point. So the tangent is a perpendicular to the radius of the circle at that point. Okay, this tangent is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at that point. So here the line AC, yes, the straight line AC is the tangent line and OB is the radius of this circle. Yes, so this straight line AC meets the circle at one and only one point. That point is called the tangent to the circle at that point. So the point is called the tangential point and it is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at that point. Okay. Here, the centripetal acceleration is given by the formula AC equals to V square by R. So here I am saying that centripetal acceleration. Acceleration is denoted with A and I am saying that centripetal acceleration. So AC equals to V square by R. Here the centripetal force. Yes, centripetal force FC. Force is IF and centripetal force. So that is FC equals to mv square by R. We know force equals to mass into acceleration. Yes. Now, here we can write mv square by R because we know AC equals to V square by R. Instead of A, here I have taken V square by R. So here m equals to mass of the object, V equals to velocity of the object and R equals to radius of the circular path. Here one important note, centripetal force is a net force. It always directed to the center.